Now, for those of us, we're going to talk about different gardens actually. For those of us lucky enough to have a garden, they've provided a welcome source of calm amid the anxiety and stress of the pandemic.
Now, as a foundation run by a former England footballer, Joe Cole, and his wife, Carly, is bringing similar sanctuaries to those on the front lines working in our NHS, with a project creating green spaces in hospitals.
Their very first at the Queen's Medical Centre in Nottingham launches today, and Gita Pense is there for us this morning. From one gorgeous garden to another. Good morning.
Good morning, Louise. Yes, it's really beautiful. This is the brand new Tranquility garden at the Queen's Medical Centre, and before this was transformed, it was essentially an unused, underloved space in the hospital, but it's been redesigned with the well-being of staff and also patients in mind. And the idea came during lockdown as a response to the enormous strain that those who work here are under and those who are here as patients. Well, Jo Thompson is the designer of this garden. I'm delighted to have her here. And Jo, you are an award-winning designer and you have given your time to create this space. Talk us through it. What do we have around us?
Well, it's been wonderful to create this space, to work with the 11 Foundation to create this garden of tranquility. And as you say, it was a complete mess when we got here, and we're all firm believers in the powers of green to restore and make people feel better. So we looked at what we had, which were these fabulous trees. So we've celebrated those. You know, have this kind of idea of bathing in trees and under trees and in leaves, which is all so good for us. And we've created this kind of enveloping space, and it's a space for everyone. It's a space for staff, it's a space for patients, it's a space for children to play. It can be as meditative or as playful as you like, but we really just wanted to celebrate the green.
And you are an award-winning designer. You've won numerous awards at Chelsea Flower Show. What's it been like to work on this?
It's been wonderful. I mean, when we came up with the idea with the 11 Foundation, with Jo and Carly, it was just really exciting to see what to take their hopes and their thoughts and make it into an actual thing that people can use.
Okay, well, we will be hearing from Jo and Carly later in the programme, but let's go and talk to one of the most important people here. We have Rachel, who's the lead nurse here for emergency care. Rachel, what does it mean to have a space like this?
Space like this, it means that staff can come out and have their breaks here to sit down and relax and have a little bit of headspace to actually just think and reflect on the day that they're having, and give them somewhere sort of quiet and tranquil, away from the wards and the busy areas. So it's a really nice area for them to come and sit.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Rachel. I know that you will be really recommending people use this space, and the space has been designed with the idea that wherever you are in the hospital around here, you can look down and see the green and perhaps get that sense of tranquility. And what they're hoping is, as well as being a place to relax, it could be a space for things like yoga and mindfulness. And they're hoping that eventually there might be gardens like this in hospitals across the country to help so many people who are working really hard to take care of us.
Yeah, and you really get a sense, just watching it here actually, of the sense of peacefulness there, Gita. Thank you very much.
And I think later on this morning we'll be speaking to Joe Cole and his wife, who are behind that project.
Lucky enough to have a garden, they have provided a welcome source of calm amid the anxiety and stress of the pandemic.
Now, a foundation run by the former England footballer Joe Cole and his wife Carly is trying to bring similar sanctuaries to those working on the front line in the NHS, with the project trying to create green spaces in hospitals.
Their first is at the Queen's Medical Centre in Nottingham, and it launches today, and Gita Pense is there for us. Very good morning.
Good morning, Louise. Yes, this is the Tranquility Garden, and before it looked like this, it was a disused, unloved area on the grounds of the hospital, but it's been redesigned with the well-being of staff and patients in mind. So from the plants that you can see in front of us, things like lavender and sage because of their calming properties, to the landscaping. And the idea came during lockdown. I'm delighted to have the two people who are behind this all, who started it. We've got Jo Cole and Carly Cole. Hello to you both.
Hello.
Jo, why did you want to create a garden like this at the hospital?
Me and Carly started the 11 Foundation with an initiative to collaborate with lots of charities and foundations. And one thing we thought was with the gardens, I mean, we're very big on nature and that, and we knew how hard the NHS staff worked and how stressful they can, because we have friends in that world, and they told us, we asked them what they would like, and they said we'd love a place of their own to go in between shifts, if they need a bit of respite, and then also continually after that to carry on, with well-being programs and things like that. And it's something sustainable that through the 11 Foundation we wanted to do, and it was Carly's idea, if you like, and I think it's fantastic.
And Carly, so Joe mentioned the 11 Foundation, which is something that you have set up for projects like this, but you were saying earlier how you really enjoyed getting out when you could during lockdown, and that's what sort of sparked this.
Yeah, so we were in an environment during lockdown, 3 children, co-parenting. We were really in a privileged position, having a garden, and that hour walk a day that we had with the children, for the mental and physical well-being, it really improved our morale for all of us, really.
Yeah. And you want to do the same?
Yeah, hospitals are always, very clinical environments, so a lot of, whether they're doctors, nurses, porters, cleaners, to be able to have that short space to connect with nature, have a sandwich in their lunch break, as I know it was useful yesterday, and there's a lot of trauma that goes on in hospitals, so just for a 5-minute breather really, to be outside, I definitely think the mental and health being benefits.
Thank you so much to you both, because you mentioned the staff who this is about really, and we've got 2 of them here in the garden, so we'll just walk through. So with me are Andrew and Laura. Andrew, you're a healthcare assistant. You work with the elderly here at the hospital. I know you've had some really difficult days. How could a space like this help you?
Well, it's nice. I mean, to what it was, when your staff will get a bit stressed, because we do, it'd be nice to come out here just to chill out. But yeah, it's Joe and that, and they've done a great job.
You've got a thumbs up here.
Oh yes.
And Laura, you work as a porter, doing such an important job in the hospital. You must need time out sometimes.
It's great to have the opportunity for somewhere to go, to have sort of a 5-minute breather, just to gather your thoughts and have a bit of a break. It's really great.
Thank you so much to you both, and I know this is the first time you've seen the garden because it's literally just been opened within the last 2 days. This has bloomed in the last 2 weeks, and the team behind this are really hoping that these tranquil spaces will pop up in hospitals across the country as a way of saying thank you really to those who take care of us, and also those who are in hospital at a time which must be really difficult for themselves and their families.
Thank you very much, Geeta, and you really get a sense of how peaceful and sort of calm it is there. Thank you.